As we get closer to the release of Pixar's Onward, let's play a game. The one rule, do not think about it. Don't use your brain. This is a gut answer. What are your top 3 favorite Pixar movies? Don't think from the gut. What are they right now in the comments below? Here are mine. Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin, and one of the things that makes watching movies so fun for me is being able to dig deeper into them and find those deeper themes and then nerd out about that with you. So I'm excited to do that with these Pixar films. I'm pretty excited to see Onward. I like Pixar. I think they make high quality movies that manage to rip my heart out and then men didn't put it back in and make me feel warm and fuzzy. It's quite a thing. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with Onward, but I'm playing this little game with you. Without thinking, purely from the gut, what are your top 3 favorite Pixar movies? Here are mine right now.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. So help me, and cut.
Whenever I think my top 3 Pixar movies, Monsters, Inc. is always up there somewhere. Because Monsters, Inc. is just a movie that I've always liked. I think John Goodman and Billy Crystal did great jobs as Sully and Mike. They just had a great chemistry together. I loved their characters. I thought they were hilarious. Really, the best part is the story, because it's just so simple. Their whole city is run by fear.
Our city is counting on you to collect those children's screams.
Literally, they get their energy from the screams of children. So the whole city, their whole world is powered by fear. And yet the monsters themselves live in fear, having listened to a lie, thinking that children in the human world are toxic to them when it's not.
I won't go in a kid's room. You can't make me.
I mean, it's to this point that if one of them comes through with a sock, yeah, those are some pretty bad consequences.
2319.
Overreact much? But yeah, the monsters themselves live in fear, and that's kind of just the irony of the plot and story of this film. And what do we find? That laughter is 10 times more powerful than fear. To me, laughter comes from joy. So I'm thinking the fruits of the Spirit when I think of things like joy. And so when they go to the fruits of the Spirit, they find more power than they did when they went to fear. Fear keeps us bound up. Faith sets us free. For the Spirit of God does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline.
Please let me in.
No.
This one has always kind of been in my top 3 Pixar movies when I think about it, but I only seen it once before I did this video because it was so hard for me to get back into, just because of that opening montage. The movie did a great job investing you in Carl emotionally and his journey by giving us that opening with him meeting Ellie as kids, and then they do that montage of their lives together as you watch their dream of going to Paradise Falls, and then all the things that interrupt that dream and stop it from coming to pass. And you see them get more and more disillusioned until finally Ellie dies. What a happy beginning, but it's an incredible beginning because without lines and without dialogue, just through that montage, they get you so utterly invested in the characters that you feel Carl's pain. So when the movie opens and you see that Carl is imprisoned by his grief, you get why. You understand it. And that house has become the symbol of his grief. I heard it said best on this video from this channel, Wisecrack, that him carrying around his house, with that hose, is pretty much like him dragging the burden of his past with him wherever he goes. You can see how much he loves Ellie, but it's almost like he's taken her ghost and set it up as this false idol. He's made it his god. He is imprisoned by his past, he's imprisoned by his grief, and he's imprisoned by that guilt of never taking Ellie on that adventure that they always wanted to go on as kids. And this movie's all about the adventure that is set before him when he meets Russell and Doug.
Squirrel.
And Kevin, and how he almost missed it. But as he's flipping through the pages in that adventure book, and he sees what she's going to do, which he thought when she goes to Paradise Falls, and he turns the page, and it's a picture of him and her married. It's a picture of their life together, the ups, the downs, the wonders. And this was her great adventure, not going to Paradise Falls, but her life with him. And then that little note that just breaks your heart to read, go and have your own adventure. It gave him the freedom to let go of his past. I was watching it again for this video, and when he dropped the 2 chairs side by side on Paradise Falls and flies away, that hit me again. It's like, on the one hand, it's so sad because he's letting go of something so sentimental, but on the other hand, he's letting go of his prison. He's dropping the burdens that have kept him bound, and now he goes off to save Kevin and Doug and Russell and sets off on this brand new great adventure. How sad is it to see the house dipping below the clouds, yet so satisfying because you understand what's there. He now finally loves Ellie properly, not setting her up as a false god and being imprisoned to his past, but letting go and being able to move forward to take this great adventure that is now set before him. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus.
We are talking about the greater good!
Greater good? I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you are ever gonna get.
This should be no surprise, this is probably my number 1. I love superhero stuff. I'm a huge superhero nerd. I just love it, and I think that The Incredibles is a fantastic movie put out by Pixar. It's probably one of the best versions of the Fantastic Four we've ever seen, unintentionally. It's just a well-made movie, and one of the things that I love so much about it is we got a similar theme to what we have in Up. Bob Parr is imprisoned to his past. Why? Because he's seeking first his glory days. He's seeking first his own glory. Now, this makes him sound like a selfish, puffed up person, and you really see that he's not. He's a good dude, he's a good father, but he's living absolutely depressed because what is he seeking first in his life? His own glory. He's seeking his glory days. He's got a whole room enshrined to himself and enshrined to his past, living in depression that the world is telling the supers to stay hidden while they find new ways to celebrate mediocrity. So he is in utter depression over all of this. So Syndrome takes advantage of this and uses it as a way to lure him out. He gets captured, and when he thinks he's lost his family, he learns the hard way what it is he truly valued and what it is he truly loved in his life and what he was actually taking for granted.
So caught up in the past that you are my greatest adventure, and I almost missed it.
And letting go of that past and being no prisoner to it, and letting go of that pride and being no prisoner to it, and standing together as one body, they became that family union, and now finally they had the true power to stand against that enemy and defeat him. And that was just an incredible thing that they had in this movie. Matthew 6:33, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. God knows exactly what we need in life, and as long as we stay imprisoned to the past, we stay imprisoned to fear, and we hold on to what we think are the glory days and exalt other things above God, man, that's when we're truly missing it. But when we know God knows us and loves us, and we seek him first, all these other things that we do need, he's going to take care of it. But let's seek him first. So in the comments right now, play the game. Don't think about it. No brain use whatsoever, totally from the gut. What are your top 3 favorite Pixar movies? And while you're doing that, hit the subscribe button to become a Durbanian, like and share this video, and hit the bell by that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified the next time I drop a ranking video, a theological takeaway, a video just like this, or anything else that I do here on Durbania. And if you like what I do here on Durbania, check out my Patreon page, the different rewards for different levels of giving and things that I have set up there. If you'd like to support further, the link to that is in my description. I'm Durbin. Thanks for checking out Durbania.